What's up guys? In this tutorial, I will show you how to install and configure Git on your Windows PC. Git is a powerful, free and open source distributed version control system that allows you to track changes in your code efficiently, whether you're working on small or large projects. It's an essential tool for any developer, enabling you to manage your source code across different versions, collaborate with others, and handle project files efficiently. First, we need to download Git. Open up your preferred browser and head to git-scm.com. A link will be in the video description. Once here, you'll see a download button. Click on it and then choose Windows as your platform. You'll be now taken to a page where you can choose the version of Git that matches your system architecture. Most modern systems run on a 64-bit architecture, but you can verify this by checking your system settings. To verify if your system is 64 or 32-bit, head to your Start menu and type About. Click on About your PC in the search results. On the Settings window, look for the section labeled System Type and you'll see whether your system is 32 or 64-bit. Once you've confirmed your system type, go back to the Git site and select either the 32-bit or 64-bit installer based on your system. Once the download is complete, locate the downloaded file, which will be an exe file, and double-click it to begin the installation process. Next, follow these steps to install Git. When the Git setup wizard opens up, click on Next to get started. First, you'll need to set your Git installation path. By default, the path will be set to your C drive under Program Files and then Git, which is fine for most users. If you want to install Git to a different location, you can click Browse and choose a different folder. Otherwise, just leave it as is and click Next. You will now need to select Git components to install. Keep all the default components checked. These components include features such as Git Bash and Git GUI, which are helpful tools for using Git through the command line or graphical interface. If you need to install optional components, then make sure to check them as well. Click on Next when done. Now, choose the default editor. By default, Git will use Vim as the editor. If you're familiar with another editor like Notepad++, Visual Studio Code, or Sublime Text, then you can choose it here. If you're unsure, just stick with the default and click Next. It's now time to adjust the initial branch name. The default name for the initial branch in Git is master, but in recent times, some projects have moved to using main. For simplicity, you can leave this as master or change it to main depending on your preference. Once done, click Next. Next, choose the path environment. The installer will ask how you want to use Git from the command line. The recommended option is to select Git from the command line and also from third-party software, which allows you to use Git in all environments. Click Next to proceed. With that done, select SSH executable. Leave the default option selected, which is Use Bundled OpenSSH. SSH or Secure Shell is essential for securely connecting to remote repositories. Click Next. Now, select the HTTPS Transport Backend. Like before, leave the default option, use the OpenSSL library and click Next. You now need to choose the line ending conversion. Git can handle different styles of the line endings. For cross-platform projects, the recommended option is Checkout Window Style Commit Unique Style Line Endings. This ensures that text files will have the appropriate line endings based on the operating system. Click Next to proceed. Now, determine your terminal emulator. It's best to leave the default setting, which is Use MinTTY, the default terminal of MSys2. This provides a good terminal experience when using Git Bash. Click Next when done. All the remaining options should now be left as they are for an optimal beginner experience. Click Next when done. Finally, click Install to begin the installation process. The setup will copy all necessary files, and once completed, you can click Finish. Now that Git is installed, let's make sure it was installed correctly. To do this, search for CMD in your Start menu and hit Enter. In the command prompt window, use the command git-version. This command will display the installed version of Git, confirming that everything was installed properly. Git is now successfully installed on your system. You can now start using Git to manage your projects, track code changes, and collaborate with others. I hope this helped you out, Leave a comment if you have any questions and see you in the next one.